Right now, there is a ghost living inside your nervous system. You carry it with you to every opportunity you hesitate to take, every relationship you struggle to trust, and every quiet moment when your mind refuses to stay silent. It is the weight of your past, the mistakes you made, the people who betrayed you, the failures that still haunt you, the old version of yourself that you keep dragging into the future. But what if I told you that everything you believe about your past is wrong? What if I told you that the memories controlling your life right now are not permanent records carved into your brain? And what if science has already proven that every time you remember your past, you are actually rewriting it? Because by the end of this video, you will understand why millions of people remain trapped in a prison that no longer exists. And more importantly, you will learn how to walk out of it. Welcome back to Layer of Strength. Today, we are going to uncover one of the most dangerous psychological traps in human existence: the inability to let go. Most people believe they are struggling because of what happened to them. But the truth is much darker. They are struggling because they keep reliving what happened to them. Again, and again, and again. They are carrying yesterday into every tomorrow, and eventually the weight becomes so heavy that moving forward feels impossible. But before we understand how to let go, we must understand why your brain refuses to release the past. For years, people have used the phrase emotional baggage. But what if emotional baggage is not just a metaphor? What if your brain literally experiences it as weight? In a fascinating psychological study, researchers asked participants to focus on deep regrets and painful secrets they had been carrying for years. Then, they were asked to estimate the steepness of a hill standing directly in front of them. The results were shocking. People carrying heavier emotional burdens consistently judged the hill as steeper and the distance as farther. Think about that. Their emotional pain changed their physical perception of reality. The hill did not change. Reality did not change. Only their internal state changed. And suddenly the world looked harder. This means that every regret you refuse to release is not simply living in your mind. It is influencing the way you see your future. The opportunities look harder. The challenges look bigger. The risks look scarier. Not because they actually are, but because your past is exhausting your nervous system. You are trying to climb tomorrow's mountain while carrying yesterday's stones. For decades, scientists believed memory worked like a library. Something happened. The memory was stored, and whenever you remembered it, you simply retrieved the original file. But in the year 2000, everything changed. Neuroscientist Karim Nader made a discovery that completely transformed our understanding of memory. His research revealed something extraordinary. Memories are not permanent recordings. They are editable. Every single time you remember an event, your brain temporarily unlocks that memory. Then it stores it again. Which means every recollection is actually a reconstruction. Think about what that means. Every time you sit alone replaying a failure from 5 years ago, you are not simply revisiting the past. You are rewriting it. You are taking today's fear, today's insecurity, today's self-doubt, and attaching it to yesterday's memory. Then, saving it back into your mind. You are strengthening the prison bars with your own hands. You are feeding the ghost. And the more you repeat the cycle, the stronger it becomes. Now consider one of the most extraordinary examples in human history. In 1962, a man was arrested. His freedom disappeared. His family disappeared. His future disappeared. For 27 years he lived behind bars. Imagine that. 27 years. Most people would emerge filled with hatred. Most people would spend the rest of their lives seeking revenge. Most people would allow the past to poison every remaining year. That man was Nelson Mandela. For 27 years he had every reason to be angry. Every reason to become bitter. Every reason to hate. But something remarkable happened. When he finally walked out of prison, he made a decision. A decision that changed history. Mandela realized that if he carried his hatred out of prison, he would still be a prisoner. The bars would be gone, the guards would be gone, the chains would be gone. But the prison inside his mind would remain. And so he let go. Not because his suffering was insignificant, not because what happened was acceptable, but because he understood a truth that most people never learn. Holding on to pain does not punish the past. It punishes the future. And that single realization transformed him from a prisoner into a leader. History remembers him not because of what happened to him. History remembers him because of what he chose to become afterward. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine every painful memory you've ever carried suddenly becomes visible. Every betrayal, every humiliation, every rejection, every failure, every regret, every moment that still hurts. Imagine they become chains wrapped around your body. Heavy, cold, uncomfortable, you feel their weight every day. Now ask yourself one question. Who is holding the other end of those chains? Not your enemies. Not the people who betrayed you. Not the people who doubted you. Not the people who hurt you. You are. And here is the realization that changes everything. The chains are not locked. The prison door is already open. The past is no longer holding you. You are holding the past. And the moment you understand that, everything changes. Because if you are holding the chain, you can also let it go. This next part is uncomfortable. But it is true. Many people never let go because the pain has become part of their identity. Think about it. Who would you be without that old story? Who would you be without that betrayal? Who would you be without that failure? For years you have told yourself the same narrative. You are the person who was hurt, the person who was rejected, the person who was unlucky, the person who never got a fair chance. Eventually the story becomes familiar, and the human brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar freedom. Freedom is uncertain, growth is uncertain, change is uncertain. But suffering? Suffering feels predictable. So people remain loyal to their wounds, even when those wounds are destroying their future. The first step is understanding one simple truth. You are not your memories. You are the observer of your memories. There is a difference. When a painful thought appears, stop saying, I am a failure. Instead say, I am having the thought that I failed. That tiny shift creates distance. You stop becoming the memory and start observing it. The second step is to rewrite the meaning, not the event, the meaning. The event cannot change, but its meaning can. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what did this teach me? Because every scar carries a lesson. Every setback contains information. Every painful chapter helped create the person listening to this video right now. And finally, grieve the old version of yourself. Thank them. Respect them. Honor what they survived. But stop. Time has already moved forward. Life has already moved forward. The only thing standing still is your attachment to yesterday. So tonight, put down the weight. Starve the ghost. Cut the rope. Unlock the chain. And walk forward. Because the future has been waiting for you long enough. If you want more powerful psychology, mindset mastery, and life-changing lessons that help you unlock your full potential, subscribe to Layer of Strength. And remember, the strongest people are not those who never suffered. The strongest people are those who finally stopped living in yesterday.